All right, Friday's class, people. There's three more things that we have to cover this unit. And these are the three things. They're on our note sheet. Right on the back page there, diseases and conditions. Let's do it. Botox. Botox. Botox is derived from this bacteria called the botulism bacteria. No, you don't need to know this. But what you need to know is, what does Botox do? Well, you got the nerve, you got the muscle, you got the synaptic cleft, and then in the synaptic cleft, off the muscle, are these proteins. What Botox does, this substance derived from the botulism bacteria, it goes and does this. It covers up the protein receptors. What does that mean? Well, this nerve, when the message gets at the end of the nerve, this nerve is going to release that acetylcholine in the synaptic cleft. Well, because these protein receptors are covered up, this acetylcholine never touches the protein. That means sodium never goes into the muscle, which means calcium never leaks from the sac, which means the proteins never go to the calcium, and that means the actinomycin don't grab hands. Oh, in a nutshell, it means the muscle doesn't contract. Have you heard about people getting Botox? And do you see it right now? I mean, right now, I got these wrinkles right here because what I'm doing, I'm flexing my massive forehead muscles. And when I flex my massive forehead muscles, it lifts up all my skin right there. And I got these wrinkles. Do you like my wrinkles? I don't mind my wrinkles. But someday I might think, wow, I wish I didn't have my wrinkles here. So then what I could do is I could get an injection of Botox right underneath my skin right there. And what that would do is it would block those protein receptors. So when my brain says flex my massive forehead muscles, I wouldn't flex my massive forehead muscles. And because I don't flex my massive forehead muscles, then all of a sudden my skin doesn't get lifted up. And I don't have those wrinkles anymore. Yay, that's super good. But I want to have that expression. Oh, but I don't want to have the wrinkles. So that's how people get Botox. Have you heard about people getting over Botoxed? Maybe they get so much Botox put on their face, then what they can't do is can't really show their emotions, and they can't really smile. Yay, I'm so happy. Oh, that's such a funny joke. Botox lasts in the body somewhere between 3 and 6 weeks. So after 3 and 6 weeks, your body would slowly take apart this Botox, and all of a sudden you can flex those muscles again. Class? Done it. That's Botox. Myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis is like psoriasis. It's like rheumatoid arthritis. It's caused by those stupid white blood cells. And what happens is that those stupid white blood cells come to these protein receptors and they start to take it apart. They break down the protein receptors. So then what's going to happen is that you release your acetylcholine, and since there's no protein receptors here, then sodium never goes into the cell and the muscle can't contract. Myasthenia gravis. For some reason, it starts to show up at the muscles of the eyelids. And all of a sudden you get these drooping eyelids. It's just like you can't flex your muscles of your eyelids as much. That means you can't lift it up. And it's usually a progressive disease. It's going to start working its way down the muscles of the face, affecting more and more of the protein receptors. Eventually, if you don't do anything about it, eventually it can start affecting more and more of your muscles. Maybe even your cardiac muscle, your heart. And then your heart won't be able to contract. But how can you treat it? Yeah, just like psoriasis, just like rheumatoid arthritis. Take the drugs to turn off the white blood cells. So if you take the drugs and turn off the white blood cells or turn them down somewhat, then they kind of slow down what they're doing or forget what they're doing. Myasthenia gravis off the board. Last one, muscular dystrophy. Don't know exactly what causes muscular dystrophy, but they know what happens. In muscular dystrophy, this membrane around the muscle develops these holes. So what does that mean? Well, that means sodium can come in whenever it wants. And when sodium comes in, it's going to make the calcium leak from the sac. And the protein is going to go to it, and the muscle is going to contract. But then, also, it can leave whenever it wants. And then that means the muscle will relax. I mean, it can come in, and the muscle contracts. It can leave, and it relaxes. So what you get is you get these muscles that are uncontrollable. They contract on their own, and they relax on their own. Like, if I wanted to contract my muscles and hold the scissors, then all of a sudden they'd relax, and I wouldn't be able to hold my scissors. Now, there's a lot of other conditions that gives you, like, shakes, and we'll keep on talking about them throughout the semester. We'll talk about Parkinson's disease. We'll talk about multiple sclerosis. But here, what's happening with muscular dystrophy is that there's holes in the membrane of the muscle, and sodium can come in and leave whenever it wants. Every time it comes in, the muscle contracts. Every time it leaves, it relaxes. Hold that thought. So, we have a test next class. Now you have all the material. I'm going to send you this. This is your last review sheet to get you ready for the test. This is kind of like summing it up and putting it all together. Also, you have that objective sheet that I gave last class. So study, study, study. We got a test on Tuesday for you guys. All right.